Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Sex in the Temple. You're welcome to season 2. It's going to be amazing. Today with me, I have Professor Patrick Amoateng from the University of Ghana, Legon. He's also a youth minister at the Crossroad Community Church located in Hachu. Prof, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Monique, and thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Yeah. So today we're looking at healthy sexual relationships. Yeah. So we go straight to the topic. How do you define a healthy sexual relationship?
Yeah, so a healthy sexual relationship, if you want to define it, you have to look at what makes the term. So there's sexual relationship, which must be healthy. So you'd have to understand what healthy means.
Okay.
And then, of course, we know the sex there is talking about sexual intercourse. And then the relationship is having, an established acceptance of being with someone exclusively.
Okay.
Right. So these are the various components of the term. And there are definitions that are defined, given by WHO, which is the World Health Organization. They define health as a state of physical, emotional, mental, and social well-being, and not just the absence of disease or infirmity.
Okay.
And so if you want to bring this to sexual health, then it means that in sexuality, in expressing sexuality or sex or having sex, it must be, physically, emotionally, and socially benefit or have like some positive effect on the person who is having it. So your social, physical, emotional well-being in relation to sex. Right. Okay. So that defines the various components, and then putting them together. It's so if you want to look at healthy sexual relationship, it must be a relationship between two people.
Okay. Does one's lifestyle affect their sexual relationship?
Yes. So it's all about time, having time enough for your sex life. It must be planned. And usually if you have things taken away that time that you spend with your partner sexually, then that is affecting your sexual relationship. So pregnancy, children, they are good, part of, marriage relationships. But they sometimes end up taking a lot of the attention with couples from the sexual act, which binds them together. And so these are certain things that can keep, people and affect their sexual life. But in themselves, they are not bad. Okay. So it's just about prioritizing sex also as part of the things that you need to do aside taking care of your children or giving birth. Yeah. And then there are lifestyle conditions that can affect sexual performance, both in male and female.
Okay.
So anything like maybe alcohol and tobacco can also affect sexual life. And then, so if there's obesity, for example, can also affect sexual life. So all these ones can be dealt with to be able to improve sexual life in a relationship. Yeah.
So do we come to a place where we can say this is an healthy sexual relationship or
Yes.
healthy sexual life?
Yeah, so the unhealthy sexual lives are, or unhealthy sexual relationships, it means that there is no well-being in terms of sexuality in that particular relationship. So the person is not safe sexually, or so in that aspect it could be physical.
Okay.
So for example, the person may have maybe contract sexually transmitted diseases from a sexual act in that relationship. That one, if there are certain things that will expose the other partner to getting sexually transmitted diseases, then that particular sexual relationship is unhealthy.
Okay.
So if you have couples where there's cheating, the man going out and coming in and not taking good care of himself, not even preventing any sexually transmitted disease, that relationship sexually is unhealthy.
Okay.
Then where there's abuse, and then it could be verbal, it could be physical abuse, and there are lack of consent when it has to do with sex, that particular sexual relationship is unhealthy.
Okay.
Okay, so those, and then also when the fear of perhaps maybe getting pregnant, comes in a relationship. It could even be married. Even in married relationships, people want to space their children. They are concerned about, trying to avoid pregnancy. All this the stress around it and the whole process could even be, can affect their relationship and make it unhealthy. So because of that, the woman doesn't even want to have sex at certain times, and the other person feels dissatisfied. So that in itself is an unhealthy relationship. So if all these physical things affect the mental, well-being of the person involved, then it moves beyond just physical to being psychological or psychosocial. So there are instances where all these can lead to the other person feeling unwanted, or the feeling of not being, valued in that particular relationship can lead the person to maybe depression, anxiety-related conditions. Yeah. So when all of those happen, then they fuel they would also, in a way, pull the spouse further away from having a satisfied sexual life, because with anxiety and depression coming in, the person will not even have the desire for sex in the first place. Yeah. So when all these issues are happening, then they make the relationship sexually unhealthy.
Wow.